she was living out of her car. Inside, they found wigs, disguises, multiple cell phones, and weapons, including a knife under her seat. She was arrested and charged with grand theft auto for stealing Joleen's SUV. But that was only the beginning. Forensics teams returned to Tangle's hair salon. Using luminol, they uncovered what no one could have imagined. Blood everywhere, on the walls, on the counter, on the baseboards, on the sink. DNA tests confirmed it was Joleen Cummings' blood, so much of it, investigators knew she couldn't have survived. And then came the search history on Kimberly's phone. Investigators found hundreds of searches in the days before and after Joleen's disappearance. Some of the most chilling included coworker guilty of murder. Missing person, no body. Can a person be convicted without a body? How to get away with murder? She refused to cooperate, refused to speak during her time in jail. She acted out violently, throwing feces at officers, starving herself, and being repeatedly placed in solitary confinement. Some questioned if she was mentally ill. Others believed it was just another calculated act. With no body and no confession, investigators were left to build a case. On what they did have a mountain of circumstantial evidence: a stolen identity, a suspicious coworker, and a grieving family desperate for justice. And while Kimberly Kessler sat in a jail cell refusing to speak, Joleen's family waited, the community waited, and the nation began to ask, who was Kimberly Kessler, and what drove her to take the life of a mother, a daughter, a friend? When investigators discovered that the woman calling herself Jennifer Sibbert had stolen the identity of a dead child from Pennsylvania, the case against her went from disturbing to utterly chilling. Because now they weren't just dealing with a murder suspect, they were dealing with the ghost. Her real name was Kimberly Kessler, born in Butler, Pennsylvania. In 1968, she vanished from her hometown. In 2004, without a trace. Not because she was missing, but because she chose to disappear. On purpose. Over the next 14 years, Kimberly would use at least 18 different names and live in more than 30 locations across the country. In her hometown, people remembered Kimberly as quiet, withdrawn, and strange. But no one expected her to become a fugitive. Her own mother would later say she hadn't seen or spoken to her daughter in more than a decade, and she had no idea where she'd gone. She found the name Jennifer Sibbert in a graveyard, literally a child who had died in 1987, buried in a Pennsylvania cemetery. Kimberly stole her identity, applied for a driver's license in her name, and began her life as someone else.